Hello people, how are you all? Welcome back to my channel, and today's video is pretty special. Why? Because there's nothing new I'm gonna tell about book reviews, book recommendations, anything, but I'm just going to arrange my bookshelves, shelves, let me tell you, plural, and you are gonna watch me do that. In between, I will tell you about my favorite reads, about books I want to read desperately but has been sitting on my shelf for 2 or 3 years, and the desperation haven't kicked yet. Well, people who have been here before, welcome back, and people who are new, welcome. This is Mansi from Readers and Creators, and let's have my bookshelf tour. Okay, firstly, let me tell you how many shelves I have. So this one you see in each one of my video, this big one, white one, it goes from here to here. Okay, second one is this one, it has two sections, and third one recently got installed in my room, and it is this one. So yeah, I'm going to take it all out, and then I'm rearranging. Then I'm going to rearrange everything from zero. Okay, I am going to put my video on time lapse while I remove the books and do the dusting, but I have paused just to say that I have come from making cardboard bookshelves between cement slabs, like literally I used to wrap them and paint them, to owning bookshelves. So this is quite an achievement for me, and I am pretty excited to do it. I was wrong. I have 4 shelves, not 3. Okay, went in for a little snack break, my mom called, and I was sweating a lot. I sweat a lot, abnormally lot. So it's 10 degrees outside, but I was sweating because I did little work. So, shall we resume? Okay, so let me immediately talk about some of my favorite books. So this one, Desperately Seeking Shah Rukh Khan by Sharanaya Bhattacharya, sorry. And Shah Rukh Khan is one of the few celebrities that I love so much, like beyond any limits. And I'm not the one to go bananas over celebrities or what they wear or what they do. I'm very not that kind, but Shah Rukh Khan just crosses every limit. And this book, you can see the annotations. I love him so much, and after reading this book, everyone on this planet will love him. Like, it's guaranteed. And second is this memoir by Tara Westover, Educated. It has been talked about a lot on social media, and this was a gifted book. I read it last year, I guess 2023. I loved every bit of this book, every bit. And it's a really different kind of memoir. I mean, it's a very empowering book, and it's a memoir, not a fiction. So this I recently read in 2024, Girl Talk by Anuja Chandramouli, and I have read only mythological fiction by her to date. I love that also, Abhimanyu and Mohini, but this is fiction, something different from mythology. Loved it. The way women and feminism is portrayed is very different from what is generally portrayed. Like, there's very unapologetic side of women depicted in this book. There are many characters, many women characters, and everyone have their story where they are not just emotional, giving, caring kind of women, which women generally tend to be or are portrayed as in movies and books. But they have their own story, what they did to get something or how they did it, and it's a very, very good book. And every woman who read this can feel so close to these characters in some way or another. I can bet you that. But every boy or every man should also read it, because then you'll know what it is to be a woman in this world. So whoever knows me from Instagram, they know how big of a fan I am of Frederick Backman. But I'm just going to show you my collection, and I love him. I love him to bits and pieces, and everything he writes, I will read. Anything, article or a speech or anything, I'll read, because it's written by Backman. And I have read all these books except this one, Us Against You. This is second part of Beer Town. There's also third part, The Winners. I still don't own the copy, but I will soon read it, obviously. Except that I have read every one of that, and I loved every single one of them. So Backman, huge fan. This is one book, राम के पथ पर, जो मेरे मामा ने मुझको दी है पढ़ने के लिए. इस बुक में क्या है कि राम जी अयोध्या से चल के बनवास और उसके बाद लंका और उसके बाद वहाँ से वापस आए. So all that path he traveled, the author actually went there. And most probably by foot, if I'm not sure, but yeah, by foot. And he wrote about that, the experience, the people who were talking about Ram, and what are the stories which are unheard of Ram. And I'm going to read this soon in 2025 first month, most probably. But yeah, I'm pretty excited to read about it. Have you known about this? Haven't already heard about it or read it, please get your copies. Pachinko. I read this in 2022 or 2023, I'm not sure. This is one of the greatest book ever written. There's also an adaptation made out of it. I haven't watched it, but I have heard that the adaptation was quite close to the book, so it was a good adaptation. But please read this book. It's fantastic. It's very good book. I loved it. And everyone जो कहता है कि सब्र का फल मीठा होता है, तो लाइफ में आप जो भी स्ट्रगल कर रहे हो, that will somehow be ended in a fruitful or good way. Read this book. Your thoughts might change a bit. My most prized possession, a book series I own, and I love every single book of this series. This is I adore this collection. Books that I can read million times. It's not an exaggeration, and I still wouldn't get bored. Tuesdays with Maury, The Fault in Our Stars, M and the Big Home, A Gentleman in Moscow, The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, Dastavez, Amrita Pritam, The Tree with the Thousand Apples. It's a story about Kashmir and 3 people in Kashmir. So it's very heart-wrenching. Be prepared to read it. And Susanna's Granthapura, a book about readers, about writers, readers, authors, and the connection between them, and how it takes a toll on their mental health and what it leads to. Beautiful book, beautiful. And I am not holding the Backman collection. That also I can read million times and not get bored, but that's the whole collection and these few books. Murakami collection I have. Loved it. Kafka on the Shore. Bestest of his work, Norwegian Wood. Still have to read Sparkling Sweetheart. And Man and Woman, I started it, didn't like it, stopped it. So maybe I will resume, or maybe I'm not. I don't know. But Norwegian Wood. So I place this in my books, napkin balls, and this is a moisture observer, silica gel, and some decoration. Let me show you my decoration, like things I put on my shelf.